we would like Mapua to be a university of the future. No? We would like ourselves to be the leader in digital transformation and sustainable development. We will continue to produce graduates who are equipped to solve pressing problems, global, world's most pressing problems, and hopefully create a positive impact to the society. Overall, I think that's how we would like Mapua to move forward. No? We are already recognized as one of the top universities in the world. So maybe it's now time that we focus more on how we would be creating impact, positive impact to the society, to the community as a whole. When we say digital transformation, we all know that the workplace, the world in general is rapidly changing, and the one that is driving that change is technology. As you know, Mapua has been known for engineering and technology, and we want to be at the forefront of this transformation. We would like the campus, the students, the faculty members to be experts in new technologies, such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, big data, analytics, and so on and so forth. And of course, our graduates should be well equipped on those emerging areas of specialization. So that's what we mean by we would like to be leaders in digital transformation. Of course, in practice, we should also be the leader in digital transformation. So we envision our campuses to be smart campuses, using the latest technology in teaching and learning, in operations, in research, and even in community service. So we would be rely heavily on the application of technology in doing our operations, whether that would be teaching and learning, research, or community engagement. And well, I think we already are aware of the pressing need for us to push for sustainable development practices and activities. And again, we would like Mapua to be at the forefront of that as well. This means that we would play a leading role in sustainable development. And we are planning to do this by incorporating sustainable development in our curricula. So that includes also, of course, research. And again, we should practice what we preach, and therefore we should also be pushing for sustainable development operations. We have there are already initiatives that we have started. In fact, Mapua has been ranked in the impacts ranking, sustainable, which is actually focusing on the UN Sustainability Development Goals, the UN SDGs, the 17 UN SDGs, and we will continue to focus on those and improve even further. What we want is that we would like to create a culture, for our the sustainability culture for our students and our faculty. So, well, in addition to that, we would like our campus to be also more accessible and inclusive. Accessible in a sense that we would like our students we would like this to be accessible to all students regardless of their physical and financial circumstances. we're hoping that we can increase our scholarship grants, no? Even more. We already have that, but to be able for us to reach out to more deserving students, we will be pushing for more grants that we can provide to our students, no, who are capable of completing programs but have difficulty in finances. No? And inclusivity does not mean just financial, even physical restrictions or difficulties, no, has to be addressed. We would like our campus to also be inclusive, no, for those who with disabilities. No? Then of course we would like our institution to be Mapua to be more inclusive, no, where all students will feel welcome and respected. No? We'll try to review our current policies and try to consider a more inclusive approach, no, for our students and our employees. So overall, I think that's it. That's the big picture that we would like to pursue in the coming years. Raul, join us. The last year, well, the overall objective is to make Mapua a comprehensive university. We all knew that Mapua is very popular, no? And highly regarded as an institution for technology, engineering and technology. But we would like to expand it further, no? And that's the reason why we partnered with we become a member of the Sintana Alliance, where we partnered with Arizona State University for our business programs. Those are our existing business programs. And just this year, we've launched new business programs, no? In addition to the current or the programs that we are currently offering. No? And we also started this year our School of Health Science, no? And that's those two programs are in our Makati campus actually. So we'll be introducing new programs on health science. This year we started our medical technology. We also, that's in addition to psychology and biology programs that we already have. And nursing, we're going to introduce nursing also this year. No? Well, we would like, of course, to be part of addressing the need for a more competent healthcare professionals for the country and for the world. I think you all knew that the demand is really, really high, not just in the Philippines, but more so in countries outside the Philippines, and not just in the U.S. No, before it was just U.S., but now it's even Europe and even Middle East are actually looking for Filipino healthcare professionals. No? So we would like to be part of that solution, no? And that's why we are expanding our program offerings to these new programs. No? We will, of course, in addition to this, we'll create more programs also in the area of engineering and technology that would address and that would be geared towards the new emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, extended realities, no? Therefore, and cloud computing, as I have mentioned, and big data analysis. So we will be pushing for programs that would create more professionals and be more equipped to handle the emerging and new technologies.
What about network of schools? Do you plan to expand?
Well, as you know, we have already our campus in Laguna, and just recent, very very new would be our Davao campus, which is just about 5 years old. No? We are actually expanding, not just physically, but more also in the virtual space. In fact, we just launched our Mapua Malayan Digital College, where we offer a fully online program. business and IT, and of course our existing programs here in Mapua, the Mapua UOX, which we offer fully online programs in engineering, IT, and IT. No? So as for the physical campuses, I think you're asking for it. We have no immediate plans as of the moment, but of course that's within the bigger expansion plan. No? So as soon as we've finalized those plans, you're going to hear about those plans, no, from us. Maybe I can give you an example to explain that. No, when we opened our health science, this is something new. No, I mean Mapua has not been in. Oh, well, it was in 2003 when we opened the nursing program, but it did not resonate well to the public at that time. Given that the time that we started the BS nursing, the demand is already decreasing. No, so it eventually closed, or we decided to temporarily, no, not offer the program. No, but this time we have a very strategic approach. We actually are introducing 3 pillars in our health science programs. No, the first one is we are making sure that we have immersive and advanced facilities, which are actually being driven by technological technology tools. No? This would be immersive in terms of how we train our students. Objectively, we want them to be practice ready by the time that they graduate. But in doing so, they need a lot of training, and technology can be part of that training. They don't even have to train with actual patients. They will have to train with simulators first before they engage into actual patients, no? We will be relying in technology tools to do that. No? So we will be engaging a lot of simulators, practice tools that would highlight, no, the application of technology in health science. No? The second pillar is actually digital readiness. We would like our campus, our teaching and learning activities to be to utilize and apply digital technology in teaching and learning. No? As you know, Mapua schools are actually ahead or at the forefront of introducing what we call flexible learning modality. No? In Mapua, we call it TriX, no? Wherein we give the student a choice on how to participate, so in classes, in class sessions. No? So for example, if the classes are held on site here in campus, the classes are actually streamed live, so that those who cannot join or who opted not to join physically in campus can still participate synchronously online, no? And collaborate with those who are in campus, no? Their classmates inside the campus, no? And then those who really cannot attend can still learn, no? And can still access the class sessions, no? Because we are also going to record them and upload them in the learning management system, no? Where they can access the lesson, no? At any time convenient to them, no? So kaya TriX, no? So it can be on site, it could be asynchronously online or synchronously online, and the choice is with the student, no? In fact, we've done a lot of retrofitting, no? We spend a lot of that, no? Equipping our classrooms of AI cameras, no? Artificially intelligent cameras. So the faculty can, or the camera can actually follow the faculty, no? As he moves inside the classroom, no? And of course, the digital tools such as video streaming capabilities, the internet capabilities, no, and the LCD monitors, no, that we've added to the classroom, so that those who are in campus can interact with those that are joining the class online. No? So, sabi nga namin, you don't have to, you have no reason to be absent anymore. No? So, because you can access all the learning sessions, no, whichever you prefer. No? Okay. So the third, immersive technologies, tools and technology will be providing them digital mastery for the faculty and for the students. And the third is global engagement. No, as you know, we've also launched a very innovative program with our partnership with Sintana, no? Where we conduct classes that we call that where faculty members of the Arizona State University co-teach with our faculty members here, no, and the students can take advantage of that co-teaching courses, no. We also introduced the global signature courses, where it's not just the classmate of our students, those that they can collaborate with. It's not just limited to their classmates in the campus, but they can also collaborate with other members of the Sintana Alliance, no? Which they can collaborate with students of other countries. We call that the global signature courses. No? So those are some of the initiatives, no? And if you notice, we've enhanced those programs that are not really engineering and technology with engineering and technology tools. That is to enhance. And I think that's the way to go. No, if we introduce new programs, we will embed and we will try to use technology, to differentiate that program, make it more immersive, make it more relevant, no, making it more attuned with the time, no. So because as I mentioned, the world is changing fast, and technology is the one driving those changes. So that's how we intend to offer programs other than engineering, but we will try to make it more modern, and more acceptable, more relevant. I think that's the term, by applying technology.
It sounds all very exciting, sir. The way you use technology, even in courses that are not so tech heavy, so it really makes your students more future ready, so to speak.
That's
because
right.
Technology and digital science is really embedded into their core being.
Starting this school year, we're going to utilize augmented reality capabilities, no, to in our biology courses. No, we are partnering with, of course, Arizona State University and Dreamscape. I think you know that's a production firm in the U.S. To roll out our AR induced, no, or AI enhanced, augmented reality enhanced courses or lectures in biology. So you will see our students wearing those goggles, no? And making some augmentation, no? Based on the programs that on the lessons that were designed, no? to utilize those AR.
It's really an expanded way of doing things.
Right.
So, sir, coming from that point of view,
First question is priority. Are you referring to the vision that I have, or the direction that I have mentioned?
Yes.
Well, I think being more relevant is the key driver for us, no? So digital transformation would be one, and sustainability, no? Yun yung first two actually that we would like to know. Of course, we will continue to do what we have been doing previously, no, research, teaching, and learning, but we would like to enhance this further. No? What's your second question?
How challenging is the CEO position right now in Mapua?
It's very challenging, no, if I may say so, because the landscape of education is changing. Has changed a lot, no. From I think the pandemic has actually driven that transformation and changes in education, no? And in not just in education, I think you will agree with me that the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the changes that we haven't seen previously, no? And of course, as I mentioned, we're also in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution, no? Where we see new technologies changing the industry, changing how we live, and changing how we do work. No? So I think that compels us to be more relevant. No? And another thing that is making it more difficult for us as a university is that the demand and the skills that are needed by the workplace is also rapidly changing. In fact, if we read the projection of the World Economic Forum, they're saying that significant number of jobs will not be anymore available in the next few years, no? But will be replaced by also the same number of millions. We're talking here of millions, no? By tens of millions, no? By new jobs that are created by these changes, no? The fourth industrial revolution and the digital technology that's driving the change of the industry. So it's as if we are training our students, no, for jobs that are not yet there. That's the difficulty, no. And therefore, we would also be training our students not to be just specialists, but I think we also have to teach them how to be a lifelong learner, no? So that when they need to upskill, when they need to relearn, when they need to learn new things, then they can already stand on their own because they have that culture, no? And they have that capability and the agency to learn even after they already finish their college degrees. Then what's the third one?
My last question is, of course you're very qualified for the position, but what made you decide to say yes?
Well, before this, I'm already the president of the two campuses. So, I think the experience that I had those two and the previous experience also with Mapua. No? Well, Mapua is not new to me because I was formerly the executive vice president for academic affairs before I was tasked to open those two campuses. No. So when they asked me if I'm interested, then I said yes because I think I have that also that passion to bring Mapua in the next era, of education.
Can I just add something?
To be part of the next the next phase of the development of Mapua. No? As you know, Dr. Bea has done so under the leadership of Dr. Bea. Mapua has gained a lot of achievements. No, we achieved a lot under the leadership of Dr. Bea, And the next question is, how do you improve? No, how do you move from there? No, how do you capitalize on the gains that has already been achieved by Mapua? So I think that's the challenge for me also.
Thank you, Dr. Dodjie. Sir?
Sir, are you planning more corporate partnerships in the future?
In the likes of, for example, ASU, is that what you're referring to?
Like iPeople, Ayala, Dodjie.
Okay. Well, for now, it's Mapua is under the iPeople, and iPeople is actually a merger. Now a merger between Ayala Education and the Yuchenko Group of Companies Education System. No, no further. I haven't heard of any plans yet about expanding the partnership. No? But right now, I think honestly, we just started our collaboration. No, and I think this is just 3 years after the merger, or 4 years after the merger. And we crafted a 10-year development plan for the whole iPeople group, and we're focused on achieving those targets. But that plan is still within with the existing partnership between the Ayala Education Group and the Yuchenko Group of Companies Education Group.
So ano na po yung progress ng development plan?
Worst, well, just to explain it to you, where we have a target in terms of number of students and also in terms of the financial sustainability, no, of the merger or the corporation. And right now we've identified already key pillars of how we would be attaining those targets. We would like the group to be the biggest and the best education system in the country. No, just to mention the vision of the partnership. And right now we are, as I mentioned, we are already on our 3rd or 4th year, no, of our development plan. And as I've said, we have already identified key pillars on how we can achieve those goals. No, we created a lot of teams and groups that would help us along the way. No, so we've identified. We're actually using the dual transformation approach. No, in preparing ourselves to expand our core and engage in new ways of doing education in the Philippines.
So what's your outlook for enrollment during the coming years?
During the
Coming years.
our target is to increase, continuously increase, because the target is, I think, I'm not sure about the total target by the end of 10 years, but I think we will have to double, no, or triple the current size of our system. No? Now, in doing so, it can be organic, meaning the business, the schools will be increasing, or will expand more, just like what I've been asked a while ago. Are we going to build new campuses, no, in the Philippines? And also, as I mentioned, we are also very keen on growing our digital or our fully online programs. Kasi I think that's also a way for us to expand, no? Not geographically, but in virtual spaces.
Sorry to clarify, that's in the next 10 years?
Yeah, that's in the next 10 years. That's the 10-year development plan of iPeople.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
President, good morning.
Yes,
Good
morning.
Nation TV. It's good to see you today. How are you addressing the bigotry and unconscious biases of online learning?
Yes. Well, there are a lot of issues actually in online learning, no? But I think the issues are actually coming from the different ways of how online learning is being implemented. Uh, there are methodologies or designs, no, learning designs that can um, that can take advantage of the digital learning system, no. In fact, in some cases it's even more engaging, no, to do online learning than an on-site learning, no, in some cases, no. I think what is really important is for us to engage in good instructional system and design, ISD, no? Make the learning more immersive, no? Online using the latest digital tools, no? There are already a lot of tools that we can use. We have the learning management system, no? We have a lot of simulators that can actually mimic hands-on on-site learning, no? And also, I think we have to retrain our faculty members, no? I think the difficulty there is that most of the faculty members are more attuned to on-site learning, and having online learnings it's not as easy as changing your on-site lecture, putting it in a PowerPoint, and do discussion, no, using Zoom, no. So that is not online learning, no. It has to be well designed, no, more engaging, make it more collaborative, no, so that the students will be more engaged, no, in participating in online classes or learning in using online modules.
Mr. President, your background is very overwhelming when I browsed to it. What's after 21st century education? Are you trying to introduce a new prototype of education with your leadership?
Come again, introducing?
Are you trying to introduce a new prototype of education?
Prototype. Okay. Well, eventually, of course, we will be experimenting on ways where we can improve teaching and learning. In fact, Mapua schools are really at the forefront of digital learning. Even before the pandemic, we already have blended learning, no? Where we combine on-site learning and online. That was unheard of, no, before the pandemic. But we're already practicing it, and we're already engaging our faculty member to also employ flipped learning technology or flipped learning concepts, no, where where concept building is happening in the virtual space and active learning is happening on site, no? So we've done that way before when we were forced to lock down and forced to do 100% online learning, no? So that being said, what I'm trying to point out is that we will continue to be at the forefront of digital learning, no? And therefore we will be experimenting on ways to make it more engaging for the students. The outcomes would be the same as that of on-site learning, and perhaps even better if we can do that, no? And give the flexibility of the students, no? The flexibility for the students, no? To choose whether they prefer on-site or digital learning, no? So I think that's what we're trying to do. No? So in terms of introducing more new prototypes, yes, we will. No? But all of those will happen because we would like to teaching and learning to be the paramount objective, no, of the institution, that the students will learn, no, and achieve the outcomes that we set.
And finally, I'll ask about the project management on demystifying phases on what you do. Last year's summit, I was able to meet one of your students who created this making scope. Using cell phone, they can use as a tool, and I was happy that one of your students are actually creating this one. In regards with the virtual reality, when will be the implementation of that? I mean, how possible it is when it comes to project management?
Okay. Well, just a background on virtual reality. We're actually utilizing VR already in some of our science courses. No? We have actually a virtual laboratory where they can practice chemistry. No? Do the chemistry experimentation in a virtual environment. So we have done that. We have that already. No? We are introducing more VR tools and, as I mentioned, AR tools, no? Augmented reality tools. No? So in terms of project management, actually we one of the key feature of the fourth industrial revolution is actually what we call digital twinning. No? In digital twinning, you can actually manipulate. No, it's a twin. It's a twin of an actual equipment, for example, or an actual setup, and there's a twin there in the virtual environment. So instead of you destroying or experimenting on the actual machine, no, and exposing yourself, no, or enhancing risks, no, in doing so, then you can actually practice using the digital twin. No? So in project management, we can do the same. No? If we can create the digital twin, no, where you can actually work, no, without with the least disturbance on the actual system, then we can provide you with that platform, no, and improve and learn without with the minimal disruption on the existing system. So yeah, that's part of our also our target for our the fourth industrial revolution capabilities of our students.
Good morning, Dr. Maestrecampo, and congratulations on your appointment. So my two questions would be, first, you've been articulating heavily earlier on digital terms and the uses in education. So I'd like to get your thoughts about the influence of AI in learning, especially now that there's ChatGPT and
Right.
stuff, which may influence the submissions of students with regard to their written thesis.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my first question. And next would be, since it's already enrollment season, given Mapua's positioning in engineering excellence, and so the university has been advocating different courses now, like in business and health. So for a student or a parent perhaps who have yet to decide finally on a course to take, and even foreign students on a course to take which are not necessarily into engineering, what would be your elevator pitch to them for them to eventually matriculate here?
Okay. So for your first question, that's about AI. No? Well, I think just just last week, we've already started working on our academic policy, no, on the use of AI. We recognize that AI is there already. The students can use them, no, and what the policy would actually be, what would be the activities that we would allow the use of AI in teaching and learning, no? And also on the part of the students, no, how are we going to capitalize on the AI, no? What would be the ethical use of artificial intelligence, no, for our students, no? So those are some of the key areas that we need to define. Now, in terms of our view on the use of AI, we feel that we should already our students should be aware that AI is there already, and that is a tool that they can use. Because when they graduate and join the workforce, they will be faced with the presence of that AI in the workplace, no? And therefore they should learn how to navigate that, no, as a student, even as a student, on how to use and take advantage of the use of AI. Now, as a learning institution, we are actually starting to also study on how we can use AI to personalize teaching and learning. Because right now, we understand that students learn in different phases and at a different in different ways and in different pace, no? Timing is of the essence, and the methodology is also another thing, no? Now, in a regular setup where you would like to address those differences, it would be practically impossible for professors to create several versions of his lesson just to cater to the different learning styles of the students and the different learning pace of the student. Now, we would like AI to help us on that, no? Help the teachers and the learners create a personalized learning for them, no? We would like AI to also help us in processing our data, no, to improve our operation, no, to automate things, no? We even are actually thinking of having a virtual tutor for our students, an e-tutor, which is an AI, no? So assisting them on their needs 24/7, no? So Alexa, for example, or Google, for example, same principle. There's a virtual assistant that they can tap on their learning needs, no? So those are some of the things that we are actually considering, and hopefully we can achieve that in the very near future. On your second question, what's the second question again?
Elevator pitch
For the non-engineering programs, no? Well, we've done this in business and health science, no? You always have to remember that when we open programs here in Mapua, no, our objective is to cater to the needs of the country, no, and the industry, no. So I think there's no better way to encourage or tell the students, no, convince the students to take a program, no, but to focus more on the potential, no, for them to be employed, for them to be an active, to become professional that would address the needs of the country, no. So I think we will just focus on that. For example, in the health science programs, there is a huge need, no, for healthcare professionals, no. So those who are not interested in engineering and interested in helping the country, no, and helping the world address those needs, then I think that's the best pitch, no, that we can offer them. And of course, tell them that if the potential for you to build your career here is huge, no. financially even, no? We can mention that, no? We always feel that programs should be, the preference should be really with the students, no? You cannot force the students to, that's always the case, no? In some cases, when the program is very popular, sabihin natin, diyan ka na mag-enroll, no? Sabihin ng mga parents, you can enroll there, no? Laki ang kita dyan after graduation. But if the student is not interested, and the student doesn't see the need for it, I think they will not be successful in completing those programs. Yun.
Yes, sir.
But we haven't increased, Raul, we haven't increased our tuition fee for the past 4 years, right? For 3 years, yeah. So practically the same. If we do, it would just be, very minimal, just to make sure that we address the inflationary effect on our faculty and teaching staff. No?
And learning tools.
Learning tools, sometimes we mostly absorb that, no? Introduction of new technology, no? It's an ongoing development for us, no? And in most cases, it's already embedded on the existing fees, no? So I think the bottom line is that it would not be much different from what they have been paying before.
Dodjie, the Maestrecampo press editor.
Yeah, I've met you several times already.
Yes. I have two questions. First is, Dr. May has done a lot of progress development
True.
during his tenure, and you said a while ago that how would you keep it, or how would you improve on it? That's the first question. Second is, Mapua University is known as the top engineering university, but Batangas State University has taken itself to be the National Engineering University. Will you be having a tagline for Mapua?
Okay. On your first question, I think I mentioned this already, no? That I think there's no better way than to capitalize what we have already achieved, no? And move forward, no? Realizing that the environment has changed, the landscape of education has changed and will continue changing, no? So we would be capitalizing on what we have achieved and what we have learned, and continue improving, no? The way we provide learning, no, or education, quality of education to our students, no? We would like our graduates to still be problem solvers and contributors to give positive contribution to the society where they are involved, no, or a part of. So that's it. I think the only way is to build on what we already have gained and move even forward. No? What else? The second question is tagline. We haven't had any tagline, but for now, I think we're capitalizing on our ranking, and we said that Mapua is one of the top universities in the world. No? I think it would be more impressive to state our position, no? Not just in the Philippines but globally where we are right now. So I think for now that is something that we can also bank on. One of the best universities in the world, Mapua.
In less than 2 years, maging 100 years na yung Mapua. So, how are you planning to celebrate this milestone?
We have a lot of plans, no, for it. I think what the main message here is that Mapua is here already, and it's already 100 years old. And what are the contributions that we made in that 100 years? I think we have to highlight what Mapua has done to the country. No? How we were able to be part of nation building. No? How did we influence technology? No? Not just here in the country, but also worldwide. No? I think we have to highlight those and be inspirational in a way that students, no, future students would really understand and appreciate the role of technology in nation building. I think that's the only way we can honor the legacy of Mapua being a 100-year-old institution.
I think we have one more question.
Plan, no? Di ba sinabi ko kanina, it's actually a goal to make Mapua more inclusive, no? And accessible. No? So, yung accessible, yun. No? We would like to one of the feature of that being accessible is to help more students, no? To give more opportunity for students who have financial difficulty to be included or to be part of Mapua education. No? So we're going to give. Hopefully we're going to give more grants. We're going to increase our scholarship grantees. No? Now, how am I going to do that? There would be a lot of efforts on our part to do that. No? But that's the direction, really, to increase accessibility to Mapua education. Well, I don't think I can stay for 25 years because I'm already 58. Sorry, 57. No, I don't think so. No. But I think, well, it is normal in educational institutions that president stays as long as he thinks his contribution would be still vital. No? But also it is important that we practice also succession. No? Because for an institution to be resilient and ready anytime, there should be in any organization, succession planning is also vital, no? to the operations and making sure that it would be to ensure continuity, reliability, and sustainability. No? So, yun yung ating ano. So, if you're going to ask me how long, I can't tell you now. So,
Sir, follow up.
Yeah.
How is the transition, from the recent president? How is it going? And what are the challenges that you are addressing or facing right now during the transition stage?
I would say the transition is not as difficult as some in other engagement, for example, no? Because as what mentioned by Raul, I am not a newcomer in Mapua, no? In fact, hindi ko na nailagay yan, no? Ang first job ko is a student assistant in Mapua when I was still a third year engineering student, no? So I think that helped me a lot, no, in the transitioning. Plus the fact that I have been working closely with Dr. Bea for so many. Dr. Bea was appointed as president of Mapua. No, when during his early time as president, I was the dean. No, and I became his executive vice president for academic affairs. And then when Dr. Bea decided to expand and open new campuses, he asked me to lead those two campuses, no. So I think my close relationship with Dr. Bea, no, helped me a lot also in transitioning and taking over his position, no, as president of Mapua University. I think, well, there are a lot of stories correlating education with success. No? I know that some are pushing for this, that you don't need college degree for you to be successful. In fact, they are citing popular like Steve Jobs, who else? The Facebook founder, no? I don't want to go into that. But we all know that, of course, while we are saying that that they have been successful, no, even without a formal college degree, but there would be thousands and even millions of examples, no, where we can cite that education really helped them achieve their goals and their careers, no. So we understand that it is not just finishing college degree. Hard work will play a lot. Determination would help a lot, and in fact, in most cases, luck. Diba? But I think what we can also tell the students who are apprehensive or not convinced to take a formal degree, college degree, is that you have to see the bigger picture. No? Maybe you can just see what it is right now, but in the next few years, no? And when the world change even further, where do you see yourself, no? If you don't have those degrees? Will you be ready? No? So, I think those are the questions that we need to ask them. Okay. As I mentioned, we're trying to be more inclusive, no? And that would, of course, defining policies for all, not just for LGBTQ plus whatever that plus is, and not just them, no, but I mean for all sectors, no, of we want it to be more exclusive. We want to be more exclusive.
If you like here now as the president.
For our students,
In the whole
community. Well, to be honest with you, it's the other way around. When we built Laguna and Mindanao, we're actually relying on mimicking, no, or copying the culture of Mapua, Maine, no, to Laguna and Mindanao. What are those culture? Number one, for students, we want our students to be determined, no. We want our students to be critical thinkers. We want our students to be problem solvers. No? Those are, I think qualities that stand out, and why the qualities why Mapua graduates are preferred by industries. No? So it's actually the other way around. No? And I think now that I'm president of Mapua, we will continue to build on those qualities.
Okay, so my follow-up question. So since recently we have this partnership with the Arizona State University, so may I ask if you're going to pursue more on the students doing inventions and discoveries during the time that they have in Mapua?
Yes, we are known also to foster the culture of innovation. No? There are a lot of success stories of our students and our faculty members creating innovative work, no, to solve a specific problem. No? So to answer your question, yes, we will continue our culture of innovation, and Mapua has been known for that. No? Our students have been known, and our faculty has been known to create solutions, no? Innovative solutions, no? To pressing problems.
Okay, so follow-up last question. So since this partnership, because I'm really profound in the partnership you have with Arizona State Universities, What are the new programs or approaches do you have with this kind of partnership you have with ASU?
Right now, our partnership with Arizona State University is limited to those two colleges only, as I mentioned. First one is business. The second one is health sciences. But it doesn't necessarily mean that all our other programs are not also benefiting, no, from this kind of partnership. No? It's only that the two colleges that we are focused on the issue. But for our other engineering program, for our other programs, we have a lot of university partners as well. No, that would actually drive globalization, innovation, and will enhance further the employability of our graduates. So marami naman. Hindi lang it's just that na-highlight lang natin yung issue for the business and health science program. But we have a lot of other partners, partner universities all over the world for our other programs, especially engineering and IT.